go get him.
Tonn Piper.
How you doing, man? You right, yeah?
Sir.
You good?
Yeah, man. Good to have you here now, man. Tell us a bit about what's been going on with you, man, since we last spoke.
Since we last spoke, where are we now? Yeah, gosh, we just come back from Croatia. We did Outlook.
How was that there?
Oh, it was great, man. Manchester was well represented out there. Great fun. I've had a good summer. I've been doing a lot of festivals around Europe with Tech One and stuff, been in the studio a lot with Daywalkers. Yeah, that's probably been my busiest summer, albeit.
We're going to reach out, we're going to touch on every last bit of what you just mentioned there, but let's just take it back to the people that don't really know where Tonn Piper has come from and just seen him like over the last, say, 2 or 3 years.
You know, gosh, I've been MCing since, I can't, you know.
I know a lot of this we've already discussed in the first part there, so if people.
So yeah, obviously, yeah, just from Manchester. I've been MCing in town since about 94, 95. I was 14, 15.
And drum and bass was like really taking off.
Yeah. And at the time, the main MCs in town, I'd say were like Crystallized, General Payne, who gave me the first touch on the mic at a big club, and obviously Trigger at the time. He was the breakthrough MC for like my generation. Serious. You know what I mean? So
you had a lot of people there that was like nurturing the art for you, just to run in, not to run in there, but to like make your own plateau, if you will. Yeah,
kind of nurturing, but you see, our generation, or my generation, and I'd say the generation before, is like, we kind of took matters into our own hands around town. You know, we used to grab snatch mics wherever we could, you know what I mean?
That's the thing you had to do that.
Yeah, and you know what, luckily, we had a great talent pool at the time, you know what I mean, coming through. You know, we refused to be held back by anybody.
So tell us a bit about like when you was actually reaching the scene there and you thought to yourself, right, I'm actually here now, and where you thought to yourself, you know what, I could actually bring something, not just be part of the scene, but actually be something about part of the scene.
Well, not necessarily bring stuff to the scene. The locals, we kind of have grown up together from early teens, maybe not together, some of us, like we all merged when we was like 18, 19, but me and like, let's say Goldfinger for instance, from Virus Syndicate, and my brother, like Karmic Evolution, we were MCing together from the age of, let's say, 93?
Right.
93, 94. We're all at schools down the road from each other, us and Goldfinger. We used to do house parties, DJ Pale, my DJ at the time was Casa. So like, you know, we had, I used to play basketball with Jenna G, like she was in the ladies team from like 92, 93. So we go back years, a lot of us, like with Strategy from Broken English. I'd say like 98 was around the time we met him. Or we started doing gigs together. I was doing the whole Viagra Fools Spellbound thing as well with Tiger, Diamond Head, Shadrach, Mike Duval at the time. This Sapo, obviously Mark XDC opened many doors for me.
Let's go get him.
A lot more dimensions to Tonn Piper that people don't realise, things like Daywalker and things like Storm Shore Rider, because I was watching, like we were doing with Daywalkers yesterday, and you know the footage there, there's so much energy there, there's so much respect there, you know what I mean, which kind of, it didn't shock me, but it kind of threw me back, like, nah, you're not just MCing, you're bringing it something, a different dimension where people ain't going there.
You know, I just found different music helps me channel different things. You know, like with the Daywalkers thing, I'm not saying it's aggressive, but it's just the energy that
it's more fresh.
Yeah, it's the energy that the live sound brings. You know what I mean? It brought something different out in me, and you know, I love doing it, being able to express myself in that way, get away with it. Albeit if I was to do that drum and bass kind of night, some people might see it as intimidating, but I say the new crop of kids come into the raves, they listen to anything from indie, metal, dubstep, drum and bass. Everyone's in the same pool, so those kids wouldn't be shocked if I all of a sudden turned up at Metropolis or Warehouse Project or Hit and Run and started headbanging or joining in the mosh pit, you know.
I mean, that's what you're definitely trying to drive there, because, you know, realising, like, over the period of time that I've known you and the period of time that I've been researching into you, there's loads of different facets within Tonn Piper's game, and you don't necessarily reach out and say, look, this is what I'm doing, or blam, this is what's going on.
Now, do you know what, like, I made a conscious decision years ago to take the blinkers off, and but some people would see it as selling out or whatever, or, you know, I won't having none of it, you know, because, you know, you start following those things and you get the blinkers off and you stay focused on one scene or one thing, and you have to prove yourself to such and such a hierarchy and stuff. I can't be bothered with none of that, because at the end of the day,
you're your own man.
Yeah, you're your own self, and at the end of it all, I want to look back and I'm going to have my own memories. I don't want to look back and say, well, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have worked with that person. You know, I'm working with everybody and anybody. You know what I mean? I'm doing the whole metal thing with Daywalkers. Went on tour with Bring Me the Horizon with Tech One. You know what I mean? So I ended up jumping on stage with Bring Me the Horizon. Love them or hate them, they're my boys. You know what I mean? They're flying a flag for the UK metal scene, in it. You know what I mean? All over the world. They're a prime example.
Pick myself up, dust off my clothes, hold my head high and got to walk the copper roads. Same old flex, different episode, rising from my city's gutters, I suppose.
Let's talk about a bit about Shaun Ryder, you're touring there, and like I just mentioned there that you're in his book as well. Tell us a bit about it. How did that come about?
Well, what year is it now? I think it's been 18 months or so since I started working with Shaun. I'm like, in the music game, you know what I mean, there is legends and cult heroes, and our city's provided quite a few, you know what I mean, in the last few decades. And you've got Shaun Ryder, the Gallagher brothers, Ian Brown for me, as like iconic guys to work with, or, you know, and if any one of them was to ring any MC or vocalist or musician in town, you're gonna jump at the chance to work with any of those four guys. So to me, that's like the Premiership of Manchester. Those boys are the top four Mancunian rebels, or the people's champs, you know what I mean? So Shaun Ryder rings your house phone or rings your mobile, says what's to meet up.
Yeah. Had you known him? Was there any dialogue between you before him?
No, it was a case of Ollie Wilson, Tony Wilson's son. I think he was interviewing him or talking to him at a function, and he was asking for if he knew any MCs that had like live music background, and you know, and he said, well, nice or not, he just said, yeah, there's no competition there. There's only one guy I know for that job. And then met up with Shaun for like we went to have a meeting for about half an hour. 5 hours later, after watching the footy, you know what I mean? Great, I was in, you know. I've done, I think it's 2 or 3 tours already.
Wow. Where were them tours?
UK mainly. We did this summer, went to Jakarta, which was great fun. Went to Istanbul. And I do believe we've got a few more things in the pipeline towards the end of the year.
Nice.
So I can't really, about November time.
Real nice.
So yeah, he's also just released his book, which I'm sure has got like numerous stories in there. Because you know what, there's a lot smarter than people actually give him credit for. It's not just a party animal. I actually learn a lot from this man. You know, well educated. He's like a sponge. You know what I mean? Regardless of his history or what people think his legacy was. You know what I mean? Yeah, his betrayal is a lot deeper than that, which people start to find out over the next few years, you know, with the way his career just turned around, you know what I mean?
I'm a low down dirty scoundrel.
What's your role within the camp, with the Shaun Ryder camp? Are you like the backup MC? Do you do your own songs?
No, I don't do my own stuff. Like I do all the vocal stuff to Black Grape.
Right.
Do the vocals to Black Grape. So.
How's it been for you? Because like you said, this is like the Premiership. Do you feel like You're one of them now. Do you feel like you're on that?
Yeah, you know, I've made good friends. You know what I mean, and at the end of the day, you know what I mean, regardless of how old the tunes are, it's always a pleasure and it's an honour to actually be able to do these songs. You know, and then hopefully in the pipeline, which fingers crossed, you know, you never know, anything could happen. Might be able to do some more Black Grape. It might never happen, but you know, I'm here. I'm on the stage. I'm doing it. You know what I mean? And you know, Sean Ryder. You know what I mean? Sean Ryder, Tonn Piper's got a great ring to it. I have to give Julie a shout as well. Julie Gordon. You know, she's a vocalist when she took over from Weatherill. So yeah, you know, the team's good, man, at the moment. It's quite strong.
So let's bring it right back to current day with Tonn Piper now. I know you're still touring heavy there, and you know what I mean. How are things there? You know, you're still very much active. You're in the scene.
Yeah, well, that's after here. I head to Southampton. We do a tour with Tech One, a couple of weeks. Also, it's Freshers Week, so I'm actually doing double and triple gigs, you know, or triple shows. It's easier said than done, you know what I mean?
For real.
But you know, when you're doing like live tours, like the gigs are from 7 till 11, and it's a joint headline thing. So I think we'll be off stage for like 9:15. Enables me to 2 hours to get from A to B, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I will make a 2.5 hour journey in like 2 hours, you know what I mean? Yeah, the safe side. But yeah, double and triple up the gigs. So I'll be in a venue near you at some stage over the next couple of weeks.
If vampires moving, broken dagger at the speed of darkness, they walk and seek the light at the end of the tunnel.
Are you still writing new material? Are you like?
Yeah, but at the moment, concentrating a lot on Daywalkers because obviously the events of the past couple of years of my life have just been a whirlwind. So it's come full circle. There's tours being thrown at me left, right and centre, from the whole Sean Ryder thing to Tech One, Daywalkers itself, also myself as an MC, you know what I mean? I'm very active at the moment, so you know, with Daywalkers we're writing the album at the moment. It wouldn't take long overdue, like my old drummer left. He moved to America, so now we're in the studio. Say we've got 5 or 6 new tracks there, which we already have enough for an album, but I'd say we're going to come out with another 4 by Christmas.
Right.
Yeah, we're looking to release an album for February, but maybe March, April is more realistic. And then yeah, we'll go from there. I'm in the right field at the moment. It's my time. I've got to ride the wave, man.
It feels like you're in the zone as well. You're very, you know, where you know exactly what you want from each part.
Our generation again in Manchester, it's time that you either roll or get rolled on, man, and everybody's on top form at the moment, you know. Because obviously you got everything going on in London, Birmingham got their thing, Bristol got their thing. We are Manchester. You know, there's so many guys in Manchester doing not necessarily drum and bass or in the genre that I'm in, you know, because on the other side of drum and bass, you've got like obviously from like Mark XDC to Marcus Intellects to Sapo, then you've got all the jump up lot with the props and rounding coming through, you know what I mean? On the hip hop scene with Broken English, you got like the guys who put on a Juicy Night. And there's so many nights that my brother Comic Evolution, he's doing the hip hop stuff. And sorry if I don't mention everybody, it's just you know, there's so many guys on it at the moment.
I think with Manchester as well, I'm glad you touched on that really, especially with Manchester now being, it seems like there's a lot more of a buzz, there's a lot more energy, and it seems to be a lot more of a family type unit, you know, when back in the day the energy was kind of dispersed amongst different people. Now everyone seems to be joining together regardless of where the genres lie or where the talents lie.
Yeah, you know, because you know what, yeah, right, the politics always just come into it somewhere down the line, right? I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean? I used to like have people in my ear, but you know what, that's when I took the blinkers off and started doing stuff in different genres. And it doesn't matter what some idiot at the top of the hierarchy thinks, you know. Just do what you gotta do, you know. hook up with everybody and any kind of musician, you know, and let's just get it on, man.
Anyway.
Do your thing, you know what I mean, and progress, because at the end of the day, you look at let's say you talk in football terms, football has a set career, you know what I mean, 10 years, it's left, it's 7-year average, isn't it, 8-year. Some of us have been in the game for like 15 years and still at it, you know, so if you make the right choices and do the right thing, do the right thing for yourself, you'll be alright. You know
look, one thing that you definitely got there is the longevity. There's no other word about that your career, as you know, as many people have wrote, it's legendary. So I know there's so much more to come from you, but your status as it
because do you know what, right? Growing up, right, I never classed myself as the best MC in town or anything like that. I'm a people's person, and you know what I mean, I just, you know, I move with the times. Like, for instance, like the jungle scene evolved into drum and bass. Then a lot of people jumped onto the speed garage scene, which then evolved into grime and all kind of, you know, what a lot of people were doing is they were jumping every time a new scene came along. Everyone was jumping on it straight away. And they were kind of they were watering down the reputations. You know what I mean? Just diluting the reputations. You know, I'm a junglist first and foremost. Like jungle, drum and bass, is my thing. But I like grimy sounds, you know what I mean? I also like melodic stuff. So with the band, I was fusing that, you know what I mean? I was getting the energy of the grimy stuff. Along comes dubstep as well. At first I was skeptical again of loads of people just jumping ship. You know what I mean? The dubstep had its own movement, and then loads of people were jumping ship and then trying to carry the same reputations in that. But you have to start again at square one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's got to rebuild itself.
You got to rebuild itself, but you know.
I think that's been the best thing about with dubstep as well. I've interviewed many producers, especially about dubstep, and seeing being dubstep, it's such a new genre. And because it came off the back end of what was going on with garage, it had that kind of bad name for itself because of the crowd.
I wouldn't say that though. Like you had the grime, and then even with the grime, it's a great outlet. It had it was stereotyped, true. It was stereotyped, and like the dubstep thing was going on long before that. You know what I mean? Before it became commercial. You know what I'm saying? And like the sounds now, you can't really even clash it as dub because the dub sound has gone from it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. The whole dubstep thing was around years before. You know what I mean? Even listening to old dub tunes, you hear like a dubstep beat is naturally there anyway. The low frequencies were there years before people started putting filters on it. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously the Croydon boys in London, they, you know what I mean, pioneered the dubstep sound as, you know.
They shaped and molded the sound.
They molded the scene. You know what I mean? And that's, you know what, and I salute them guys that they're still flying the flag. They're still flying the flag very hard. You know what I mean? Because that's what they believe in. That was their sound. You know what I mean? Albeit the sound's evolved.
But it's evolved so hard now. It's in Canada, it's in Australia, it's in America, it's China, it's everywhere.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is what a lot of people don't realise. Like, for years, I'd say, like, Canada's been involved in the whole scene as far back as, like, some stage in the 90s I knew of MCs and DJs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And going out there, but even on like, let's say the ragga MCs, like a General Levy and people like that, you know what I mean? The Conganati lot, Top Cat, you know what I mean? Even like dubstep, jungle, drum and bass, these guys are absolutely huge in different countries. It's only here where we're spoiled. Because there's so many of us and so much talent everywhere. Everybody's doing it. But when you go to other countries, they appreciate it. You know, I'm not saying they appreciate more than our own fans, you know what I'm saying?
You're not saturated with it though.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, they don't get it as often as we do. But we have it every week, you know what I mean, midweek, we can go anywhere, any genre, best
on
DJ,
radio,
you know what
advert,
I mean?
TV,
everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So when we go to other countries, you know, I've got following everywhere. It's huge. I still don't get it. I'm still baffled by it. You go to Germany, I've got a German crowd spitting out my lyrics, albeit I'm doing it dead fast. Yeah, they're spitting out my lyrics in English. So I'm just like, wow. You know what I mean? So Canada, been to I've even been to Sweden. I've been touring everywhere. You know, the sound's travelled, and I'm just glad that music has taken this Manc Union everywhere he wants to go.
Like one tune that I've been buzzing off, I was playing it. I had to play it a few times to catch a few things in it. Was Let Me At Him. It kind of like, it started like almost like a dub, like a proper dub, but with the guitar riff. Yeah, and then when it kicks back, when it all kicks in, it all fits there, and you start spitting there. Tell us what that was about, man. Tell us the story.
Well, the story is actually in the lyrics. Like, it's about an old friend, or it's an old mate who like stabbed me in the back. You know what I mean? Or back in the day. See, I'm almost doing the rhymes because
it's coming back to you.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of my stuff is like that. It's not revenge. You know what I mean? I don't physically.
Just getting it off your chest.
Getting it off my chest.
Yeah,
and obviously, like the first verse, like friends from the start, stab me in the friends from the start. Then you stab me in the back, put a dagger through the heart. You know what I mean? I was a wounded animal, something like that, licking my wounds, couldn't see the smoke of fire, just inhaled the fumes. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, you know. I get to express myself in that kind of track, you know what I'm saying? And
it's perfect though, really. It's a perfect way to express that sort of feeling in that sort of music, because like I said before, it would never work in any other sort. You couldn't do that in drum and bass, man. You just couldn't do dubstep or anything like that.
No.
Not even hip hop.
No, do you know what? You can, and I'm going to do it.
Oh.
I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just expressing how I felt. You know what I mean? I don't physically go out and do nothing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? My weapon is my music. You know what I'm saying? That's my defense system. It's my energy source. You know what I'm saying? It's the same for a lot of people. So let me at him. You know what I mean? It's like kind of if. You know what I mean? Let me at him, could get my hands on him, you know what I mean? But in the end, it doesn't really matter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the track, there's just an explosion of like riffs and a breakdown where the less said, the better. So I say absolutely nothing. I let the music do the talking, and if you see it live, you'll feel the energy of the track.
Yeah, definitely. Anybody needs to see that track. Seriously, you're gonna love it.
That's all good, mate. Yeah, we're gonna do the video to it, man. So, you know what I mean? You guys will be joining my brother on that. I hope, you know what I mean?
Man,
to film that. So yeah, we'll get that done.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? 11/11. What?
So, anything to look forward to from Tonn Piper then for this year, next year? I know you talked about the Daywalkers album.
Yeah, next year.
We're expecting like singles, drum and bass hits. And
you know what? That's what I'm on at the moment. I actually produce my own tunes as well. Been doing for years. I want to do a solo album. For summertime next year, you know what I mean? And my brother's just done one, Comic Evolution. Broken English are doing one. I know Virus must be on that tip at the moment. I know Jenna G's back on it, you know. So all the MCs, DJs around town, producers, even Trigger, MC Trigger, you know, he's gonna fly the flag even harder for Manchester. He's never stopped.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Because there was like a period in his career where he wasn't getting the bookings in his hometown. You know what I mean? And then even he helped me with the hurdles around the country, you know, where he was certain events weren't booking Trigger at certain times, you know what I mean? So coming from the north, you kind of have that chip on your shoulder to kick down other doors, you know what I'm saying?
You don't let me know I'm coming in.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? I don't even have to come in, man, you know what I mean? It's a glass house, man, this whole thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
it's a whole glass house, the whole scene. You know what I mean?
So when can we expect these 12 to be dropping? When you get dropping these singles or the EPs?
You know, it's all up the sleeve, man. Yeah, like I say, with Daywalkers, like February, March, my solo stuff I'm working on now, as you can see, some top secret stuff here, got to get that in there. Top secret stuff. On my next interview, I'll let you know what that's about, and that's nothing to do with me MCing.
Right. That's it.
No. Keep trying to tackle me, man. Yeah,
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
It's not happening. I just sold him the dummy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, like I say, I say March, April for Daywalkers, June, July my solo stuff, which I'm going to be doing a bit of stuff with Tech One, Broken English, Virus. I want Jenna. Obviously, I'm Arcade, you know what I mean, Carmen Kivo. Any MCs from around Manchester, you know what I mean, and then a few producers from around the country, you know what I mean. So we'll see. Talk is cheap, you know what I mean. So I'm waiting for a response on a lot of people regarding beats and stuff. You know what I mean. If it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. We get along with it. We get it done. You know what I mean.
Yeah, man.
Big shout, Dub Physics. He's another producer. So is Chimpo, big in the game at the moment. Mark One. You know, we got North Base as well. You know what I mean? Don Raid, Sapo. You know what I mean? I've got a pool of guys, you know what I mean, to choose from for beats.
Rinsing beats.
But I'm one of these guys, you know, if it ain't the right beat, it ain't rolling. Not saying that the beats ain't good enough, it's just that
don't fit where you
now I need to put a Tonn Piper stamp on whatever I do, rather than just I can mould to different situations. When I do solo stuff, it's got to be my stamp, you know what I mean? I got to come hard and correct. You know what I mean? Might even throw a bit of personal stuff in there, you know what I mean, about my actual journey as Anton rather than Tonn Piper, you know what I'm saying? People actually think that's my full name, you know what I'm saying? His name's Anton, you know what I'm saying? So my life role will be in a solo album.
Tom, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Man. Hope all the best goals for you in the future, man. It's looking like it's going to be big the next year or so.
Yo, Manchester, it's our time, man. We've got 18 months, man, to create a loophole, man. Let's get it done, yo, and get everyone through that black hole, man. Enough said.
Electro TV.